So today we're going to see a topic called as Java thread model. So the same content, we are referring the book Java complete reference as well as from other internet resources we are accessing. So coming to this topic, Java thread model. Like for any programming, we have a life cycle, right? Where, for example, the life cycle of a C program is it starts from the comments. We can have a aim comments followed by declare the header files, followed by we can define our own variables, followed by the main method, followed by the variables declarations or method definitions, functions definition. This is a structure like a life cycle. In the same fashion, we have a thread model is nothing but life cycle of a thread. So Java thread model is nothing but thread life cycle of Java. If you observe carefully the figure inside which is showing here, it's a new thread. Whenever you are going to creating a thread, it is a new thread. It will start it, and to start that one, it will go from one state to another state. Whatever the circles here, the new thread, runnable, not runnable, dead, all these are called as states. So moving from that state to state, which method I need to be trigger is from moving from new thread to runnable is a start method. In the runnable method, if you want to yield nothing but if you go again in the runnable state, we can go for yield method. If anything have disturbed in the runnable, we can use the stop method, or when the run exists, we can go for dead state. And if anything is wrong, like any thread is not working properly, it goes to not runnable. Once it is done, one is to notify or resume that, again it come back from not runnable to runnable. So this is a simple structure, how it look like. Let me discuss in detail about that thread model inside this Java. So a Java thread is an instantiation of thread class. So instantiation of thread class means what? Here Java thread is nothing but an object, creation of object for this thread class. Now a thread must be created from a thread base, no doubt about that one, which is any object whatsoever which defines the run function. So in the run function, wherever you are going to be keeping this run function in that thread class, for that class we are creating an object. So a thread must be created from a thread base only. Thread base is nothing but we can create a thread through the runnable interface, or we can create the thread with the help of extending the thread class. We'll see that also. A thread contains a thread base and adds hidden control structures in order to permit the thread to run concurrently with other threads. Now, what is the purpose of that? Creating a thread is a thread to make sure in the thread what we have this, we have a thread based and having some hidden control structures. What is the purpose of this is we want to be run concurrently, right? As I said you, for watching a video, watching a movie, we have audio thread and video thread and text thread. All concurrently has to be run with other threads. So we required this creation of threads over this. So a Java thread, simply remember, a Java thread is an instantiation of the thread class. Let me discuss with three different figures, and I will show you three different figures over here. And whichever you are comfortable, you please make sure to try to understand. So this is one first figure, is a thread life cycle in Java. Now, initially, we are going to creating a thread. So how to create a thread means this is a class. T1 is an object. How to create an object? With the help of new operator, thread constructor. So T1, I have created a thread. And now once it is created, is a new T1 dot state. So from this state to this state, from new to runnable state, it moving through the T1 dot start method. With the help of T1 dot start method, it goes to from new to runnable. So from runnable to running state, runnable means what? Ready to run. It create a new thread. Now it is runnable. It is runnable is nothing but ready to run, ready to execute. So from runnable to running state, how it is goes means, first of all, you need to try to understand what are the states, what are the lives in the life cycle, what are the stages are there in the Java thread life cycle is. One is new, second one is runnable, third one is running, fourth one is block, and fifth one is dead or exit. This is 5. New, the second one runnable, the third one running, fourth one blocked, and fifth one dead. So these are the minimum, like the terminology will be changed, but the main states of any thread Java class is new, runnable, running, block, and dead or exit. Now from runnable to running, it is going through the help of run method. So whenever anything, when you are running the thread, when you are watching the video, watching the movie, and sometimes if you want any sleep state, if you are going for any, like when you are closing your laptops, it goes to in a sleep state, right? Or it goes to hypernet. So sleep state or waiting for any resources. Waiting is nothing but when internet is slow, when you are watching the through online, when internet is slow, it is waiting for, it is buffering. It is waiting for internet connection. It is making some process that one, right? It's a wait state. Or any suspend, suddenly it is closed, what should be happen. And any other joins. Joins is nothing but until it downloads something, how the online movie watching will be there, until you make some buffer for a 10 seconds of that, it will not be playing. It will first buffer it and it will play continuously. And meanwhile, it is playing the video, and meanwhile, it is downloading from the internet. So some other, it will be goes in buffer size, means some sort of the movie it is downloading and it is trying to stream it. And meanwhile, parallelly, the streaming is going on, parallelly it is downloading the next frame of that, it is going to be downloading. It's like this, it is goes until it buffer, until it download from that one, minimum sort of a frame. It will not be join that one. Join and all together we'll see in the next class, that is all the methods and details. And from this, if anything has happened, it goes to block state. So from block state to, again, it has to come from runnable. So to go from block state to runnable, when it goes means when time has completed, or when notify, ready to access, or when you have passed it, right? Again, we are resume. When you pass, again, it is resume. So with the help of this method, resume method or notify method, or any timelines, if you are mentioned, if it is completed, from blocked state to runnable state, it will come. From runnable to again running, it will come through the run method. So from running to dead state, when the thread will stop or the execution has completed. Based on these two conditions, it goes to from running to dead. And when it is going from running to runnable, running to runnable is nothing but once that job is completed, if you want to go for the next job to complete the next task, it goes to yield from running to runnable. So when it is goes to from running to runnable means when it is goes to means when you want to be access, when you want to be access the next job or access to the next task, it goes from running to runnable. Okay. So this is one life cycle: new, runnable, running, blocked, and dead. These are the methods like start, run, have a sleep, wait, suspend, join, notify, resume, and stop. These are the methods are there to make the moving from one state to another state in this Java thread model. I will show you another figure, which is whichever you are comfortable, please try to understand. These are the states here: new, runnable, running. This is blocked in the sense, also called as non-runnable, terminated. Terminated means it's a stop or dead. It based on the terminology. As I already said you that maybe the terminology has changed, but the functionality of that is same. So new to runnable, it comes through start method, and from this to this, it will goes to runnable to run. It goes to with the help of run method. No doubt about that. Now from this, any running to block means non-runnable, it goes to when it is goes to the sleep mode or waiting for the IO or waiting for the lock or any suspense or any wait for sometimes to do the job. To complete the job, we had to wait until the other thread has to release some resources. It will not be accessed that one. Release the resources means what? Until the, say for example, internet is disconnected. Until the internet has connected, it has to go for in wait state. Until the internet connected that one, it will be go for in a processing. Like only it is rounding like a circle. Now from runnable to the non-runnable to runnable, when it goes, when the sleep done or IO devices is completed or locked available or resume or notify or any one of the conditions is satisfied, it goes to from non-runnable to runnable state. Okay. So from running to terminate, when it goes to when run method exits, at the time it goes to like this. I'll show you one more figure here to try to understand. So here the states are born state, running state, runnable state, here running, runnable, and the fourth is block, and fifth one is dead. This is the third figure. Whichever you are comfortable, all the figures are showing in the functionalities, the way is same. From newborn to runnable, it goes to when start, right? So once it goes to runnable, from runnable to running state when it goes to, when it is scheduled. Schedule means what? When it is goes to run, when it is goes to run, when the scheduler, we have a scheduler, thread scheduler, when it picks that, when it is selected that thread, it will be goes to executed. Until unless it's not, the scheduler will not select that thread. Thread means what? That particular task, that particular task has to complete it. Once the thread scheduler will pick that task, pick that program, it will not go from runnable to running state. So the scheduler, it has to be select. Schedule means what? It is make some select that one. Example, you have put the alarm for your mobile for 5 o'clock. So now we have to set tomorrow morning 5 o'clock the alarm. Now at the, now it is 11:15 or 11:20. You have set the alarm. So now from now onwards, it will be in a, from in a runnable state. It will be just started the alarm. But when it will be trigger, when it will be make sound the alarm, when it is selected that thread, when it is selected, when it is scheduled, when it is scheduled in the morning 5 o'clock, whenever it is a 5 o'clock will be there, the schedule will that pick that task and it will be executing. Once from running to, once it is, maybe if we have make some like we have different options, right? When you go for sleep mode, again we can cancel the alarm, or we can again notify for after 10 minutes, we can notify that one. Like the same activity here also we can do it. If you are making a as a only just into mark that one, again for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, again it trigger. Until unless you stop that alarm, it will not be terminate that. The same actions here also, right? So from running to blocked state, when it is goes to, when you suspend that, or when you sleep, and again when you have put in a wait, it will go for block. Again you have put for block, for example, it will block how much of time? It's for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Again it is notify. Again if you, it is resume, again it come back to the runnable state. From runnable to again running. So until unless you put off the stop, until unless you stop that alarm, it will go not exit the thread. So it is goes to in thread dead mode, right? So whenever you have new thread created, directly if you forcibly this closing, you can go for, with the help of stop, you can go from newborn to dead state. And from blocked to dead, we can have the help of stop. When runnable to running to dead, it goes to help of stop, right? So this runnable and running is called as active thread. When we can say a thread is active, when it is under the runnable to running state, right? So these are the three different figures I have shown you. These are the 5 states: new, runnable, running, block, dead. And block is also be called as non-runnable. Dead is also called as terminated. Okay. So these are the methods from new to runnable through the start method, from runnable to running through the run method, from running to block with the help of sleep, wait, suspend, join, or from the block to the runnable with the help of notify or resume, from running to dead through the stop method, from running to runnable through the yield method. Okay. So these are the methods over there. Now let me see the explanation of each state. The thread is a new, coming to the first state, the thread is a new state if you are created an instance of that thread class. Whenever you are creating an thread class instance, means when you are creating an object for thread class, it will be created an instance for that. But before the invocation of start method, before the invocation start method means to start the method, what we require? We require thread object. So thread object dot start method, then only the thread will start. Now coming to the second stage, runnable. The thread is in runnable state after invocation of start method. Once T1 dot here, once the T1 dot here, right? T1 dot start, when you done, it goes to runnable. That is the second stage. So, but the thread scheduler has not selected to be in a running thread. When it goes from runnable to running, when the thread scheduler will select that task, select that one. Until it's not selected, it will be in runnable state only. Coming to the third state, running. The thread is in a running state if the thread scheduler has selected it. If the thread scheduler has selected that, it will goes to that running state, from runnable to running. How it is coming from new to runnable? Through the start method. How it is coming from runnable to running? When the thread scheduler will select that particular thread. Now fourth state, block or non-runnable. When it is goes, what is the meaning of non-runnable or block? The thread is still alive, but it is waiting. It is not currently not eligible to run. It is not in an active stage. It is not in active stage means what? That will be in a sleep mode, or that will be a maybe waiting for a IO device or IO thing, or it is has to be blocked and maybe it is a suspended. Because of that, it is alive. The best example, if it is an alive only, you have just put the alarm to in a sleep mode. The alarm has to put in a sleep mode for 10 minutes. After the 5 o'clock, you're not closing the alarm because again 10 more minutes you want to sleep it. Again, it is just making it a sleep mode. So after the 10 minutes, again it is notified. Again, it's still alive until unless you forcibly stop that alarm. It's still alive, but it is gone for a sleep mode, gone for a waiting for some input like this. It is not eligible to run it. That state is called as non-runnable or block state. The last state is a terminated. A thread is a terminated or dead state when the run method exits. When the run method exits means when the run method completed. So through the help of this stop method, we can do that process. Okay. So what we have learned in this topic is, in the Java thread model, we have learned what is a Java thread. It's nothing but instantiation of the thread class. We have seen 3 different figures to understood the states of a Java thread model, and the methods we have seen. What are the different methods to move from one state to another state? So these are the explanation for the topic Java thread model. Okay.